there, travelers, and welcome to another episode of the Hard Green Book. I am your guy, Brendan, and today we have a vlog coming to you from downtown Las Vegas on Fremont Street. Today, we are here for the Days of the Dead Horror Convention. So join me as we come and we witness some very spooky stuff. Alright, we're walking through the convention center part of the plaza, and we already have horror fans lined up by the droves. I'm excited, travelers. This is going to be a fun time. We're coming along here, walking into the con. Alright, everybody. We are here. Oh my gosh, it is jumping, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, let's go. Let's start from down these. Oh man, so many great things. These cool boards here. Horrible Kids. Alright guys, check it out. Very, very cool designs. You know, I'm an 80s baby, so Garbage Patch Kids are a big part of my coming up. Wow, look at these very cool oddities. Little earrings. Very nice. It's called Dealer of the Dead. Kyle Creations. Check her out. Wow, look how intricate these fold-outs are. Wow. That's pretty spooky. That's awesome. Alright guys, if you want to see more, make sure to check them out there. We have this vendor here that has very cool horror-inspired luggage. Yeah, art. Billy the Nun. See anything that you like in this particular booth, go to cannibalcreations.com. Very cool, good stuff. So we're going through more of the row of vendors. It is jumping in here right now. Lots of different crafts. Different toys, different artists, so many things to just grab your attention. As we go down Celebrity Row, we see some of the people. I'm looking for Charles Cyphers. I know he's around here somewhere. Oh, there he is. So I'm going to go ahead and get his autograph while I'm thinking about it. Worked out for me because I was already playing the drum there as well. Yeah, exactly. So, and now actually it would be in front of you as opposed to sending it in through him. Okay, mission accomplished in regards to Charles Cyphers' autograph. My Halloween poster is getting more and more filled. So that means that I'm getting where I need to be in regards to that. What do you have here?
So we're called Voodoo Dolls.
Oh, cool.
And we make these. They're little zombie and a little voodoo, but all love.
Sweet.
So you have like Jack and Sally.
Wednesday. Nice.
Vader Ginsburg.
Oh, very nice. You have Selena.
Yes.
We live in Texas, so we love some Selena. Awesome.
So the skeletons glow in the dark.
Oh, wow.
As well as the skeleton mermaids over here.
Oh, cool. Very nice.
Everything is done by hand.
Say handcrafted.
Paint that with glow-in-the-dark paint.
Sweet. Gotta love that ingenuity. And where would they find you if they need to find you? All right, guys, so zoom in. Voodoo Dolls. All right, find them on social media right there. Check them out. Look at this amazing art. It's called Stitch Tunes by Jonathan Hallett, who has worked for Disney, Nickelodeon, Netflix. He's showing us some amazing stuff. So guys, you know, if you're a fan of different mashups, and you know, if you're a fan of Disney or Lilo and Stitch, check him out. He has some really good stuff. More awesome shirts, ladies and gents. Super cool. If you like what you see, you can find them at Morbid Empire merchandise and morbidempire.bigcartel.com. More goodies throughout the convention, ladies and gentlemen. So much cool stuff. Look at these little fetus skeletons. Yeah, the conjoined ones. I love cool little oddities like this. So many cool ones. The little corpse inside the glass coffin. And the prices are actually really good. Oh, the Audrey 2s. Very nice. So, if you guys like what you see, go to Asylum Zone. This one is so cool, guys. Amazing craftsmanship with all of these products.
We've been doing a lot of shows. We're always doing something. We have like new things coming out, new designs. We have this. If you're a fan of Grimm Collective and you like our logo and everything that we do, we're working on this whole crossover with Dracula kind of thing. It's going to be cool. Because we're going to England in this fall, and we're putting together what we think is like one of the biggest Dracula videos that YouTube has ever seen. And it's going to be really big. So for that, we're creating something called the Drac Pack. And it has like t-shirts, this whole thing. I mean, it's crazy.
Sign me up. You do the death sites, right? But then you also do filming locations. Do you have a favorite type of video? Or hey, Grimm Eats. Is Grimm Eats your favorite now?
Filming location videos are really hard to do, and they take the longest to edit and get up. So they're just a pain, but they're fun, especially if you love the movie. True crime ones, there's always, for me, there's a lot of high anxiety. I personally like the ones where it's like, let's just go explore. No rhyme or reason, like the end goal. One of my favorite videos is climbing to the top of the Hollywood sign. Where it's just, this is just an adventure video. There's no rhyme or reason, there's nothing spooky, but let's just go on an adventure together. That's the kind of stuff I like.
I don't know if I could choose between one or the other, but thinking about that question, I found myself saying, I have the same response to either place, which is, wow, for a movie, I can't believe I'm standing here, this is movie magic. And then for true crime, it's, wow, I can't believe I'm standing here. That happened. So both of them have their positive responses and their negative responses. Sometimes it's just, oh man, they demolished that building. You know, that was a really cool house. If only someone kept it up, we could make it into a museum. You know, you get really nostalgic for everything. And then when you do true crime, it's very emotional. They're both emotional on different levels, but I think they're both equally important in just keeping history. Keeping it alive, so to speak.
Any other audience questions? Good.
What are your origin stories as far as your love for horror and all things spooky? Like, what was the first thing that got its hooks into you?
The earliest memory I have, we got all the time in the world. This is a nice room, very nice room. When I was little, I wanted to be a short story writer. I wanted to write stories. And the very first thing I ever wrote was about a family who went to Niagara Falls. And they were standing on an overlook and it collapsed. And they went, ah! And they all died. A little kid when I wrote that. And the next thing I remember, horror-wise, was I had a double VHS tape of Night of the Living Dead. And I used to watch that all the time. And there was a special feature on there, a short story called Night of the Living Bread. If you've seen that, it's gloriously awesome. Basically, instead of zombies, they just throw pieces of untoasted white bread in place of zombies. It's amazing. That's my origin story.
Sweet.
That's how it all started.
I'm not sure I have an origin story. As long as I can remember, I like the darker things in life. As early as I think I was 5 in kindergarten, I remember it was the very first time we were let into the library. It was a big deal for us kids, and they're like, "You can put anything you want, and come get a book." And well, what room are you supposed to go get a book on? And they're like, "Whatever interests you." And I was like, I remember being a little kid and being like, "Well, shit, I don't know." And you're sitting around going, what do I like? I like Halloween. And the very first book I checked out of the library was about vampires. And I was dead hooked. That was not good. And I don't remember what the book was, but to this day, I'll never forget it. The way that it smelled, the way that the binding felt in my hands, because I was looking through this book, and I couldn't read, but I couldn't read. I couldn't comprehend what this book was about. So I thought it was really about real vampires. And it came from the excerpt it used came from an old black and white film where it shows this beautiful young woman asleep in a coffin, right? Arms crossed by the chest. And the very next picture was a stake through her heart. And now she was an old, shriveled, old woman with blood everywhere. And I remember being so horrified and fascinated at the same time. And it never let up, but not to show my age, but I was born in '82. And that was the year that The Dark Crystal came out. And before then, I was brought up on the last unicorn and brought up on all the stuff. And I really didn't have that darker tone for kids. And I think that's really kind of what set the path for me is from an early age, it was okay to watch darker interests for kids because it was Jim Henson, Dark Crystal, The Labyrinth, etc. And in the 80s, no one batted an eyelash. Just like, oh yeah, she's just watching that slasher movie, whatever. No, she seems fine. Let her watch it. It's not bothering. She's not crying. She's fine. And that's kind of like the way my family reacted when I started watching like horror movies, and I broke really on like the black and whites and stuff. So it was just kind of like perfect timing, I want to say. That I grew up in the right era, kind of this beautiful bubble of soft parenting that I was allowed to have the interests I wanted to have, and no one really was too concerned about it. But I guess I lied. I do have an origin story. It was about vampires.
Creepy good tea. Awesome stuff. And we have our family here, Nightmare Toys. How's it going? It's good to see you guys again. Looking great, looking great. Having a fun time at the con so far?
Always having fun.
Always. I'm glad to hear that. How's it going, Philip? Good to see you, man. More awesome horror goodies. We have all the celebrities on the roll. We have the Terrifier cast, Damien Leone, we have David Howard Thornton, all the good people. And of course, Felicia's there looking fantastic like always. And we have the amazing Heather Langenkamp, Tim Capello from the Lost Boys. It's a great time. So many good people to see here. I am enjoying it. Okay, check it out, travelers. We have an awesome opportunity. So, have you ever wanted to be in a horror film? You have an opportunity right here. You scan these QR codes, you can actually enter to be a part of these movie roles. And they have different options. You have a gory death scene deal, a walk-on role, and featured gory concert extra. They have a lot of different ones. So if any one of these appeal to you, check them out. Very, very awesome opportunity here. Hey, that's one thing you love about Days of the Dead. All types of cool vendors and opportunities. So check it out, guys. Desert Fiends. They're set to start shooting in the next month, and it will be filming in Vegas. So if you like the idea, check them out. We have one of my favorites here, Knee High Horror. I love their stuff. Here we have some of their mini cutouts. All of your favorite films. Got their shirts. Amazing. More of the merch from Knee High Horror. Got their stickers, magnets, and of course their pins. Their pins are probably some of the most detailed that you'll find out there. Very cool. Check out this booth, guys. Very cool shirts. Okay, cool. I shall, thank you. I love that Donnie Darko inspired one right there. That's so cool. Oh yeah, stupid bunny suit. Why are you wearing that stupid man suit?
Go really close to it, look in between the ribs, and see if you can find the countdown at the end.
Oh man. Oh man, that's so cool. It does have details of the countdown at the end right there. And you see they have different ones. Tarot inspired shirts. Super. There you go. Look them up, guys. Just find them right there.
So we are at By the Horns TV. We're based out of New Orleans, Louisiana. We're here at Days of the Dead. We got a couple of movies. First up, we got Sewer Gators here. It's going to be a crappy day. This is basically Jaws, but you swap out the shark for alligators that are eating people on the toilet by their asshole.
Nice.
And then down the line, we got Silent but Deadly, which should hopefully ship in tomorrow. It's a movie about a killer mine, but we'll ignore that for the time being because I don't know what's happening in the booth. And Killer Kites, which is our newest release.
Nice.
Take it away.
Killer Kites, hot off the press, is literally Vegas exclusive. We recorded these right before coming here. It's a movie that's a lot like Jaws, but with kites, actually.
Okay.
And I think it's our best one so far.
Oh wow, there you go. There you go, we have a star right here, ladies and gentlemen.
And you can stream all of our movies on Tubi TV for free, or you can get them on Amazon or buy a physical copy at bythehorns.store.
Awesome.
There's no kites anywhere else yet.
It will be soon.
It's brand new, ladies and gentlemen. This is an exclusive to Days of the Dead's Vegas. We have the QR code. Make sure to check them out. And as they said, Amazon Prime, Tubi. If you are interested, check them out. Guys, look at this artwork. Oh, freaking crazy. Check them out right there. You have all the socials. Here we have the tattoo contest sign-up sheets here for all the artists that will be doing their work. And they have the categories. Hey, how's it going? We have the categories for small color, large color, portrait sleeve. If you want to show off your artwork, there you go. There you go. We have special judges here as well. Oh, well, there you go. Woo! Awesome, guys. Check them out. Love Days of the Dead. More and more fun stuff. Clint Howard's table. Michael and Jessica from Grimm Life. Gonna make sure to holler at them a little bit later. More of the vendors. Super, super cool stuff. Awesome shirts. Very cool cosplay. Ah, love the dark band. Very nice. Very cool. A lot of good people. Some of your favorite people in your favorite horror movies are here. And it is absolutely a festive time. People are really getting it. You got spooky treats here. If you have the munchies, get a little hungry while walking around the convention, you have a lot of goodies here. But look at the names. Some of these, very cool. It looks delicious. If you want to check them out, right there, you have their payment information. And, oh, there you go, right here. It's the name of the company. Check them out. Look at the signage. That is so cool. They really went all out for this. It's very cool. Hey, you know, the thing about cons is, you know, like I said, sometimes you get a little hungry. And, you know, while you look at stuff like this, you're just like, man, you know, as nice as this looks, as much of a shame as it would be to eat this, it looks very delicious, guys. Oh wow, look at this. Very scary, ladies and gentlemen. This looks awesome. Wow. Okay, travelers, we are here at the Monster Resurrection booth here. And could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
So I'm Cash Saucier, the founder and owner of Monster Resurrection. And I started this business about 2 years ago. I started making and sculpting and doing prosthetic type of stuff like about 4 years ago. And I started this, you know, out of the comfort of my own home during this quarantine. And a lot of people inspired me, such as this guy right here.
Oh, nice.
You know, to do this business, you know, people like Justin Babery, Ed Edmonds,
oh yeah,
et cetera, they've inspired me and helped me to create such a beautiful thing. And so, yeah, it all started with the movie Grimm from Chris Wallace.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is where I am right now. And yeah, my goal is just to get really famous with this and inspire a bunch of kids and people to start making monsters.
Yes, and that's great. That's great to hear. And for the travelers that don't know, could you let them know how old you are?
I'm about 14 years old.
Gosh, 14 years old, and look at what he's creating.
Yeah, it's all a team effort. You know, this guy, he sculpts, you know.
Sweet.
He sculpted the alien, the vampires.
Amazing sculpts.
I sculpted this corpse, the zombie right here.
Nice.
The mummy. I sculpted the skeleton. And that corpse with the eyebrow hanging out.
Oh, man. Great products, guys. So if you are very interested in patronizing this business, check them out at Monster Resurrection. I would assume that you're on Instagram and everywhere that you can go.
Instagram, yeah, TikTok, wherever you can find me.
Hey, there you go. Thanks so much for spending time with us.
Welcome, man.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah!
Vegas.
Welcome back, Papa Kane.
What?
Welcome back.
Good to be back.
Good to see you.
Oh, and no heart attacks. You know, I had a heart attack over a year ago, so
Doing good.
we're pretty good with that. And hopefully I don't die tonight in my sleep.
I don't want that.
But if I do, you guys remember I called in.
Woo!
Come on, that would be cool as hell. You would say, he joked about it and he fucking died that night. What? What's your favorite Halloween? I don't think I've ever had that question. That's pretty rare for somebody to ask a question I've never heard before. I know it sounds stupid and most people don't care for it, but
Smarties.
candy corn.
Oh no! Oh.
Because what other candy can you pretend that it's your teeth? Put it in your lips and go, "Arr!" Let's fuck with people. My wife is sick of it by now. Because of that, I do it every time. Put one in and act like some fucking weird hillbilly or something. But Yes, candy corn.
Any other audience questions? Yeah, let's go.
One of my favorite more obscure performances of yours is Adam Green's show, Hollis. And I was just wondering, did you get to help create your storyline of that versus Freddy versus Jason? Or did he just tell you that was what he was going to do?
It was a combination, talking about Holliston, and we even came up with stuff on the fly, while, like in the middle of shooting a scene, one of us would think of something to say or do, and that's why it's such a pleasure working with him. He's very creative, and he's a genius with horror, because it's hard to make a scary horror film, which I think Hatchet can be scary, but then it's hilarious sometimes. That is a fine line to walk when you're making a horror film. But what he decided, and I agree, was that if my character's not around, there's no reason that the interaction with the other characters can't be funny. And that's what he does. And then I show up and it's not fucking funny anymore.
Or is it?
No, it is for me. I'm laughing my ass off when I'm killing people, but...
And that's the one you told me, I believe, where the costume was really uncomfortable, more uncomfortable than normal, not that any of them are, because of how much it covered. Can you,
Not even how much it covered, but you know, part 7 was very difficult because it was prosthetics head to toe, even the bodysuit, everything. And even though the mask was on almost the entire film, I still had to put the prosthetic face on, which took 3.5 hours. And because part of the mask was missing, and Beagler liked to see the teeth opening and closing, so he asked if I would do the makeup every day. And of course, he is the reason I played the character, so I would do anything I could for him. And that was hard. Part 8 was easier because I just had a headpiece and the face was open, because the mask never came off, except when I kicked the radio and turned around and lifted it. And you know, it's just my face under there.
Yeah, we didn't see that.
Right. Camera doesn't see it. So just to entertain myself.
It's cool, man, it's cool.
That's right. Just to entertain myself, I turned around and lifted the mask and said, "Fuck you." Just to see if I could make a great character. And he stayed in character, so that was pretty good. You know, it's a difficult thing to work in, so you have to entertain yourself and keep yourself in good spirits. But Jason Goes to Hell was the most uncomfortable by far. And it was full body prosthetics again, but for some reason, and I still really haven't figured it out, it was 10 times hotter than the Part 7 stuff. And it shouldn't have been. And after a couple days of shooting, I had to start wearing a cool suit, which is a vest that circulates ice water, just to keep my body temperature down, because I felt like I was gonna, you know, pass out just from the incredible heat. So that was my least favorite version of the character to play. And I make sure Greg Nicotero always hears that, because it was that designed it. Now he's a fucking big shot with Walking Dead. But yeah, so, you know. And Victor Crowley was a little bit hard to work into. Every movie was pretty much the same makeup. Robert Pendergraft did the makeup, and again, 3.5 hours of gluing shit, lenses and teeth. It just gets old and makes you ready to be violent. At least me.
Any other questions? Right here. There you go.
I just want to know how different it was. I was remembering like Halloween 4 and 5, and then you did the raw zombie, which I loved you, absolutely loved you. So how different was it like being a child actress?
It was, so what made it different is that, and just being able to kind of figure out why it felt different, he never like got me in the old movies, right? I was a lot of like running from him, but never really, the closest I came in was like in Halloween 5, probably like the coffin stuff, right? But obviously in the new Halloween, not new anymore, they're older anyway now, but in Rob Zombie's Halloweens, I had to like fight him off. So it was a very different like physical experience for me. And also like being as vulnerable as I was in those scenes and then doing that kind of stuff was something that I had never done before, which is why, because I love Rob so much, I wanted to do that in those movies. And also to be seen as like an adult for the first time. But it was a lot harder. I was like, is it hard because I'm older? And just shit's harder when you're older? Because at 10, you're like, this is so fun, and I'm gonna be up all night, and you're also more rubbery. Like, your body works differently when you're teen. Oh yeah, you're like, oh yeah. So 10 versus 30, I was like, it gets harder as I get older, that's for sure. But it was like, I mean, we were telling Scout, like, I'm passing the torch to you. Like, this is your movie now, this is like your thing, you know. I thought it would kind of maybe be, I think Rob's movies are finally getting the respect that they deserve now after seeing maybe the new ones. They're like going back and revisiting and realizing that he did a really good job with the story because it could have gone in a lot of different ways.
Absolutely. Like, I was so proud of your character to come back when you were done with her.
Thank you. You know, so in Halloween 2, in the script, there was no scene with Michael Myers and Annie. The way the script was written, if you get a copy of the script, was Laurie just comes in, she comes in from the party, and there's blood dripping from the ceiling, or from the wood floors, and then her and Maya go upstairs, and I was supposed to be in the bathtub, covered in, like, the water was supposed to be full and flowing over, and covered in blood. But my head was supposed to be out of it, so I was still alive, and then she was supposed to, like, try to take me out of the water, and then Michael comes busting through the door, and then you assume that I die. And I remember saying to Rob, like, I'm the only character in this script that doesn't get killed by Michael on screen. And you're really gonna get a lot of shit for this. Because if you're gonna kill me, you're not killing like Annie, you're killing me off of the franchise. Like, we should have some scene with me and him. So he was like, yeah, that's a great idea. Well, you guys just do whatever you want to do. We're like, what does that mean? So he's like, I'm just gonna pull 3 cameras, and I'm gonna put you guys in this room and let you and Tyler just go head to head. And I was like, oh my god, Tyler, what are you gonna do? He's like, what can I fuck up? Like, what can I break in the room? And Rob was like, break whatever you want. So we were like, I just said to him, like, you just come get me. And Tyler always talks about how he'd have to like start to move before action, because even before action I would be like running out the door. Because my whole thing was like, I'm not gonna be like waiting around to be grabbed, because that's just stupid. So I'm gonna try, which is why in the first one I made it out the front door, which was a total accident. That was just me supposed to go to the kitchen, and I was like passing the door as I was going to the kitchen, and I just went out the front door because it just made sense. I just didn't want to be that character that was like going upstairs when I could go out the front. I didn't want to be a dumb chick, you know. So, and then we, you know, entered right that into the movie, so happy accidents.
I love it when he scoops you away from the front door too. It's such a great scene.
It's so terrifying. I mean, I told Tyler, like, you better come get me. I'm the sheriff's daughter. Like, this is not going to be easy for you.
Yeah.
And he did. I had like big like handprints. He didn't run for my money, that's for sure.
Yeah. All right. Any other questions? I know we got some. Yeah.
Do you have any particular memories that stand out from the filming of Urban Legend?
Oh, that's a good question. So the question was, do I have any outstanding memories from Urban Legend? Yes, I do, a few. So first of all, the guy playing the dude in bed with me was not an actor. He was like someone they found, like there were these, like there's streets in Vancouver called like, I think it was Vancouver, no, Toronto, called like King Street and Queen Street, where there's like a very like big goth neighborhood. And they happened to just find, like extras casting found like a real dude. to do that scene with me instead of like hiring some actor like costume dressing him. So I don't know if he was like a horror fan or what the deal was, but when he got to set and had to do that scene with me, where he was behind me and I'm wearing a dog collar, he like wouldn't take his clothes off. He would not take his shirt off. He was freaked out. He literally would not. And then I had to do the scene where I was then in bed with him and I was like, you guys need to put a couple comforters down on top of him and myself because I don't know what's going to happen. And so that was weird. And when I was shopping, as I do when I'm on location and I have nothing else to do, I go shop in the neighborhood. I fell in the street and I dislocated my knee. So in the scene where I'm getting attacked on the bed, I actually have a stunt coordinator holding my right leg down on the side of the bed so I wouldn't move it while I had to fight him off because I couldn't really get my knee put back into place because it kept popping out until after I didn't have any drain because I'm fluid on the kneecap. So he was literally holding my leg straight while this guy was like coming after me. So. That's
All right, travelers, that is night number 1 at Days of the Dead Las Vegas. I am absolutely exhausted, but it has been a great time. Tons of great Q&As, celebrities and vendors. Needless to say, I'm ready for tomorrow. So we'll see you then. Day 2, travelers. Let's get it. Some cosplay in the casino already. And as we come up, we have the Rat Pack greeting us, making our way to the convention area. You can definitely tell the difference from today as opposed to yesterday. I'm already seeing a lot more cosplay, way more people. Oh, the creeper, nice. Check out this awesome Ash cosplay, guys. So sweet. Hail to the king, baby. Very sweet. Awesome Travis Bickle there, man. It's good. More amazing cosplay from the vendors. Everyone's way more dressed up today. Awesome, guys. We have the creeper here. Collecting all types of parts out here, ladies and gentlemen. We have crazy zombies out here. It looks fantastic. What do you think, guys? Look at that detail. Find them right there. Oh my gosh, look at this Sam cosplay here. So appropriate. It's because it's always trick-or-treat time here. We called Felissa in the hallway before they. Hi, Felissa. She's amazing. All right, we're on the way to the Sleepaway Camp Q&A.
This is awesome.
Woo!
All right, guys, so first things first. I want to know, how did you guys get involved in Sleepaway Camp? What was your audition like?
Happy passes. Okay, well, I actually do remember that question. I'm so happy. I had an improv. Driver's license, just like you're an obnoxious camera, go off and be rank on somebody. I don't know, it's just easy for me for some reason. I had my pitch on and I just loved it. And then as I left, there was 2 people there and they said, how did you do it? I said, I think I did really well. I really related to it. And I didn't know it was Missy, his wife or fiance at the time. I said, fiance or wife? Girlfriend. So, right? I said the right thing. I was like, I connected. She was like, good for you. I didn't audition myself. And that was my audition. And that was it. One audition, right?
Exactly the same for me. Look at these pictures. Judy and Meg. Yeah, same. Just he asked me to do an improv that I was a drill sergeant in the Army and be as mean as I could. And at some point in the improv, spell out my name. That was it. That's like I said, did you do it just like that?
Yes, for me.
single audition. I grew up in New York, so just got a call and went in. And yeah, just had a great time and got the gig.
And a little fun fact, Chris and I had the same manager and agent growing up, so it was kind of fun. We kind of knew each other a little bit, so.
Yeah, for me, it was really weird because I was, these guys are New York actors, and I came from Connecticut through a high school play, so I went in, bonded with Robert, and he really took to the fact that I played lacrosse for some reason. So I don't think I auditioned. I think we just talked about lacrosse for a half hour, and I left and I said, why didn't you audition? There was audition. Here we are.
That's hilarious. Oh my God. So I was 12. It was May of 1982. And I walked in and it was just one man. He was 24 years old, Robert Hudson. He was at NYU Film School and the audition was at NYU. And I walked in and he just seemed really kind. And I was like, hi. I was wearing blue overalls. And I was really flat-chested, so I immediately got it. And he had me improvise. They've changed, David. Thank you, Jesus. He had me just stare. And I was like, oh, okay. And then he said, stare at me in a candy bar, and I thought I would be funny, and I started picking my teeth, and he was like, no, be straight. And I was like, oh, okay. But we talked a little bit, and I left, and I said to my mom, oh my God, I think I got that part. She was like, shut the fuck up. Like such a New York stage mother, and I was like, no, I really do. And then I had one more audition. Did y'all have one more callback?
I didn't know.
Because my callback was to be on the beach running from my boyfriend. I like that. Yeah, it was fun. It was a great audition and I loved Robert Hudson.
What were some of the biggest challenges of filming Sleepaway Camp? The flies.
I think the weather a little bit, because it was upstate New York and it started getting into fall and it was cold, especially if you had to do stuff by the water, by the lake. Yeah. And I just always remember every time poor Johnny Dunn had to go in the water for the canoe scene. Right. And it was so cold. And he came out of he had cut his, I don't know if people know that, he cut his hand.
Yes.
And he had to go to the hospital to get stitches. And he cut his hand in that scene. And he comes out of the water and he comes over to me, he goes, and the wardrobe people put him in big blankets and he was just all, and he goes, I have shrinkage. He goes, the water's so cold. I don't want the wardrobe people like to think that will shrink. Like everybody knows you go in cold water. And I had the scene afterwards, and I was doing it with extras from the area, right? So they were all standing around these big Florida boys, and I push them into the water, and Johnny's still standing there, and these guys come out of the water, literally dragging their penises behind them. I just remember seeing Johnny Dunn's face; he was so embarrassed. That was for me. That was the best part.
I don't remember the shrinkage part, but he was tall. That I do remember.
And we all know who has the biggest penis outside.
The obstacles of Sleepaway Camp, small penises. I know that's what my problem was then.
Okay, so on our podcast, we have some segments that we always hit, and I think that this is the perfect panel to bring some of those in. One of our segments is always fashion moments. Pick a fashion moment from Sleepaway Camp. It doesn't have to be yours.
It has to be Paulie D'Angelo.
Hello, Ronnie!
And those
Was it wearing shorts?
and he would do like, we would be in the cafeteria, he's like, and honey, let's do a workout. I gotta eat brownies. He's like, there's no weights here, Paulie. He's like, just grab a chair. They look at it, grab a chair. And then you're trying to, he's got muscles everywhere, you're not trying to look at the shorts. Even though we had pretty skinny shorts.
You had a sneaky top.
A little Florida crop top.
My favorite is Cheeto. When he comes in with his house shirt, that's hot. That's 1982 right there. everybody was, yeah, sexy. I'm not going to be self-centered, but of course my side ponytail.
Yeah.
And it was fucking real. Go share. I asked myself, what's a he? And I remember, I just love share. Share? I think that's probably why. I don't care. It worked.
Did Judy remind anyone else? Because when I was watching it, she always reminded me of a Disney villain.
From the expressions on the face to the look and your smell, John, I think you are the best, like, mean girl ever. I think
Oh, we got Michael. We got Leatherface and Grandpa. He's so nice. Such a great young man there. More and more cosplay fun. Gotta love it. Inside another one of the vendor spaces. All types of pillows, hoodies, things for the kiddos. All the Supernatural fans. Yep, it is 100% a Saturday at a convention because everyone is here right now. Vendors are making money. Patrons are meeting the celebrities they want to see. A lot of happy people in this building, and I am one of them. Guys, look at this awesome Lily monster. Great job. Look at this super cool Art the Clown. We have Captain Spaulding in the house. We have little Ghostface and Chucky here. Gotta love the little horror fans here. We have this awesome Eric Draven the Crow cosplay. I think he looks fantastic, guys.
Yeah.
Which head explosion do you think is better? The Prowler or Maniac?
Which head explosion do I think is better? The Prowler's pretty good, but Maniac, that was me.
Yeah.
I blew my own head off. How often do you get to do that? So yeah, I think Maniac.
Sweet.
But didn't I do it when I did it with Dawn of the Dead, Maniac, the Prowler? Is that it?
Let's see. I think those are the three that came.
Oh, 3 head explosions.
Yeah.
Creep show?
Creep show?
Puts the shotgun in his head?
Oh, I can see the King's head off. But that wasn't as spectacular as Maniac. Well, go ahead. What's my favorite movie that I've worked on? It's kind of hard to beat From Dusk Till Dawn.
Sex Machine.
My job for 3 days was to watch Salma Hayek do the snake dance. That was my job. I got paid for that.
Could you tell us more about your experience with directing the Night of the Living Dead remake and as far as directing Tony Todd as well?
The worst experience of my life. What's the second part?
Of the part of directing Tony Todd as well as the lead.
Oh, well, Tony Todd. You didn't have to direct him. We were having auditions for that Night of the Living Dead. Lawrence Fishburne audition. The guy from ER.
Eric LaSalle. Eric LaSalle?
Yeah, they were
Okay.
the audition. And then we were done with the auditions. It was over. And Tony Todd showed up and he said, "Hey, I'm here for the audition." Well, it's over. And he grabbed me by the lapels and put me against the wall. And he said, "You have to read it." Okay, great. So we gave him the script and he walked outside for 5 minutes. He came back in without the script, knew all the lines, and produced tears. Now, this is it, I closed the book, that's it, we got that. Because I didn't want Lawrence Fishburne videos, I wanted somebody who looked very much like
that.
And he knew Dwayne Johnson. And that's how he knew all the lines without reading or having memory. So he was easy, and all you got to do was point the camera, and you got that. Very little directing going on there. I told him he had one untrue moment when he's in the basement. Everybody's gone. The doors are locked. He finds the gas key, the gas pump key. He's got a cigarette in his mouth, and he starts laughing. But he spits the cigarette out to continue laughing. I said, no, man, you wouldn't have done that. Just let the cigarette do whatever it wants to do. You're not going to do it. That's his only untrue moment. If you see him, tell him.
All right, travelers, that is the conclusion of Days of the Dead Las Vegas. I had a great time, and needless to say that I will be back to future Days of the Dead events. This is Brendan, your guide with the Horror Green Book, signing off, letting you know that it is scary in those streets, so let me know that you made it home safely.